What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Mr. Maple Show. Today we got an open house.
July open house. I'm Sean.
I'm Brian, and man, we're excited about today. We love it when everybody gets to come out and shop our greenhouses here at Mr. Maple. We have like 15 greenhouses cram-packed full of amazing plants. We got azaleas, flowering shrubs, dogwoods, redbuds. We got tons of maples, huge 10-gallon sizes behind us as well. I mean, we got a lot of stuff people need to come out and shop.
And the weather is great. You can ask, nice and cool, crisp morning.
Love that mountain air.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a great day. We're gonna try to give you guys a little taste of what these open houses are like. Really appreciate everybody that comes out and supports us. Our last open house was one of our biggest ones that we've ever had. We're always trying to do more and more and more, and I think it's going to be another great one today.
Absolutely. We got Labor Day coming up. I know we have that. And then they're talking about a fall open house. So
man,
if this gets you, you see all this stuff, know there's more coming.
Definitely, man. Try to schedule that time ahead. We're going to be making announcements in the future on other open house schedules. But today we got from 7 to noon. We got people already lined up at the gate, ready to come in here and shop. I'm telling you guys, you don't want to miss out on these open houses. If you get a chance to come, try to schedule it in, because I'm telling you, like back in the day, before I came and worked for Mr. Maple, I would have loved to come up here and shop these greenhouses, because every day I'm out here, I have to try to keep myself from shopping because there's so many amazing plants. You guys got to come out here and check it out.
Well, let's do it.
Let's do this thing.
Hey guys, I'm Tim. I'm sitting here with Tom. How long have you been shopping with us?
Since 1999. I first met Tim and his dad when they had a booth on Main Street in Hendersonville at the annual plant show. And I walk up and I say, hey, Japanese maples, my God, my favorite plant. And I walk over to see Tim, and there's a maple that I saw that I liked, and I asked him about it. And Tim starts telling me about the maple, and I said, that doesn't look like it's the right leaf color. That doesn't look right. And then Tim whips out the Vertrees maple book and shows me the maple, and then I really smiled. I said, hey, this guy, even though he's so young, he knows his maples. And I bought that tree from him that day, and I've been buying maples from these guys since 1999.
1999, I was 12 or 13 at the time.
You were this skinny little kid then.
I've packed on some weight since then. So all these years you've been growing maples. What's your favorite Japanese maple?
The Sengokaku.
Yeah?
Yeah, that is the 4-season maple. It has great interest all year round. I have probably 5 of those.
It's a great one. It's underrated for fall color.
Yeah.
I mean, it really gives you some really nice yellows in the fall as well, where a lot of the other maples go more oranges and reds. Definitely that coral bark is what it's known for,
right.
Named Coral Towers. Awesome plant.
Today I'm getting the miniature, the small coral bark maple to go in a pot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you already got it picked out, or you need to...
No, I have a list. So here's my list today.
Nice.
My list for maples today. So if I leave with less than 10, it'll be because I got too tired before I finished.
Well, that's awesome. I love Little Sango and some of those dwarf varieties. Now, whenever it comes to growing Japanese maples, do you have any tips for people that may just be getting into growing Japanese maples?
I guess what I've learned most of all is if you have really a lot of shade, you got to be really careful what you try to get to grow in a lot of shade. And the large hardwood trees keep growing over time. So we've been here like 23 years. So a lot of areas I had maples I planted and they've gotten overgrown and shaded out too much.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful about the future, looking longer term about where you locate them.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think they're very hardy plants. Voles don't eat the roots of Japanese maples. They'll destroy your hostas and a lot of other plants.
Yep.
And deer have done very little to damage my Japanese maples. And I have a lot of deer in
Yeah.
the area. So I think anywhere you get enough sun and mix them up, color, sizes, shapes, heights.
Variety's the flavor of life, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I agree 1000%. That's our motto. Variety.
But these guys have grown so much over all these years. It's amazing for me because I've not been out in a couple of years, and they even changed the route that you get in because of so many greenhouses. So
We've been blessed.
They do a wonderful job. They're great people.
Well, Tom, I appreciate you coming today, and let's help you find that little Sango.
All right, let's do it. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, guys, I'm out here cruising around in the greenhouses, and who do I find but my good buddy Ted. How's it going today, man?
Doing good. How you doing, bro?
Doing great, man. We're standing right here in front of his stash of plants that he's bringing home. Sherry said that he could bring home as many plants as he wanted. Oh wait, no. Okay, this is not his stash of plants here.
Much
you got a
as
few.
I wish it was.
I'm an enabler, so you got to be careful around me, and Ted already knows this firsthand because I'm always like, man, you got to get this one. You got to get. There's not a maple that I've met that I didn't like, so
This is true.
You get in trouble around me.
This is
So what'd you pick up today, man?
Picked up a Verity/waterfall.
Yeah.
For a spot in my front yard.
Very nice.
And stumbled across a black lace.
Black lace.
Which I'm not familiar with, but as soon as I found it, I instantly liked it. Starts off dark and fades into a bright red at the top, so I'm excited about that one.
Really nice plant.
And then another one that you have helped me find. What was the name of that one?
Yeah, that was Suminagashi. We had an older set that was one just kind of lingering around. Huge Suminagashi.
Yeah,
beautiful Matsumura style leaf on that. Nice burgundy red colors on that as well. Beautiful plants,
Yeah.
man. Sounds like you really got an eye for the maples out here.
I try to go for the more established. 'Cause
Right.
We're trying to fill our yard up, and so I try to go some with taller ones like those. So I'm
Yeah.
real excited about those and looking forward to getting them in the ground.
So you've been to some open houses before, right?
This is my third one.
Man, I tell you, tell the folks out there what they're missing out on, man.
You're missing out on first of all just a lot of great people. You know, not only just the Mr. Maple crew, but just the other customers, interacting with them as well. I've been asked a couple of times today if I can help them find stuff because they see the hat and the shirt. And they mistook me for somebody that worked here, which I helped them no matter what.
Sure.
But just the deals and just the customer service, Mr. Maple. I love the customer service, but there's just such a wide variety of cultivars, some of which like the black lace. Wasn't even on my list, but I stumbled across it and loved it.
That's what's great about coming out for an open house. You get to walk through here. Sometimes things that aren't even on your list, they speak to you. You see something, you're like, man, I got to have that plant.
As soon as I saw that one, I knew that was one I wanted in my yard, and I know exactly where I want to put it. So yeah, definitely if you get a chance to come to one of the open houses, don't hesitate.
Absolutely, man. We got like 15 greenhouses just cram-packed full of plants.
And they are definitely packed. Definitely.
And
packed.
Ted's like, man, I better get out of here before I get in trouble.
I may already be in trouble. We'll find. I may have to take my wife to dinner tonight. Yeah.
Well, hey, man, there's good things about collecting plants.
Yes.
I love the feeling of getting out in the garden and planting things out, watching them grow. Man, it's very therapeutic. It just adds beauty to the landscape. It's a lot of fun.
Yes, it is. It's a blast. So definitely come on out to the next one. When you get a chance, we're going to be. What's the next one going to be?
I think we're going to be Labor Day,
Labor Day.
and then maybe one in the fall. We'll be announcing more here in the future.
Yeah. So definitely come out. Just if nothing else, just come out and meet everybody. It's a good time.
It's a great community.
So.
All right, thanks, Ted.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, guys, so today I got a customer here that came out for the open house. This is Bert
From Rome, Georgia.
from Rome, Georgia.
We're home of Shorter University.
Man, I tell you what, so I understand that your favorite cultivar is Himishibidibidi.
Himashimi, Ohio Gazaishi, Timmy, Yellow Dancy, Gosaimus.
I've heard of that one.
Yes.
Beautiful colors on that.
Yes.
No, we're just messing around. I mean, there's so many crazy names on Japanese maples. Sometimes it sounds like we're making this up, right?
That's right.
Corbin turned him on to a beautiful cultivar today, though. We got Hanamatoi.
That's
This
right.
thing is absolutely beautiful. Pinks, reds, greens, whites.
You know, I have never, Brian, seen a Japanese maple with so much color and so much lace to it
Yeah.
that I didn't even imagine. I thought there could never be such a Japanese maple as beautiful as this.
Absolutely,
And
man.
then I came out to the open house here in Flat Rock at MrMaple, and there it is. And
I mean,
Corbin, he's got good taste.
He does, yeah. This is his favorite maple, and for good reason. That beautiful lace leaf just gives it such a nice feel to it, and then all those crazy colors.
Yes.
So what else are you holding on to?
I
right
am
here?
holding, I was a few months late. I didn't make it to the, what was the Memorial?
Memorial, okay, yeah.
So that was in May, right?
Yeah,
So I got your May Day.
May Day.
The May Day Japanese maple. It hasn't turned yellow yet, otherwise I'd ask, Tim would be in here dancing.
That's right,
Right,
yeah.
but-
we have to go to spring, wait for spring for the
the
yellow.
dance. Okay,
Yeah.
there
But
you
yeah,
go.
Tim does like the yellow dance. And when this one leaves out in the spring, it definitely would get Tim dancing.
Right.
That's for sure.
Right.
But man, we appreciate you coming out
Yeah,
today.
I mean, I like watching your videos, and the thing is, when you watch the videos at MrMaple, heck, you don't just stay here in North Carolina. You go to Canton, Georgia, and you see the Cox Arboretum, which
That's
was
right.
really impressive.
Yeah, thank you.
You go to other arboretums, and just this week, I think I went to New Jersey,
Yeah?
and I watched a guy talk about all the plants that came into bloom in the spring.
Oh man,
And the one thing that was missing is that Corbin did not do a dance.
He didn't, right?
He didn't.
We got to get him on camera doing a dance.
Right,
Tim's got a yellow dance.
And there should be, rightfully so, a dance for you too, Brian.
Yeah, absolutely. I need to
right.
work on that.
Right.
My dance skills are lacking a little bit, but I think I can come up with something.
Very good.
Corbin's got the purple dance cornered. Tim's got the yellow dance. So I got to come up with something here because
Right.
I think I need to get in on that.
Right, because I mean, we all know, hey, if you want to be, there's a movie I once watched where the dance was like the highlight of the whole movie.
Right.
That was Napoleon Dynamite. And the thing is, that's the type of dance I like seeing when Tim danced. That brings out that whole passion of
Yeah.
of the business.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And then Matthew's kind of like Pedro.
yeah,
And
right.
he ran for the Maple Society president.
That's
Wasn't he
right.
president
That's
at one
right.
time?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Both him and Tim. Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
yeah.
they campaigned together.
They campaigned together.
Right.
They make a good
And
crew.
when they campaigned, did what was Pedro had? Who was the boy that was getting beat up? And he said, "Pedro's got your back."
Pedro's got your back.
Right. So anyway.
Well,
So
anyway,
with that-
guys, appreciate you guys watching today. Appreciate you coming out here and shopping with us. I hope you're having a good time just wandering through all
Very
these
good. We're buying about a
greenhouses.
dozen of these, so we'll plant them in Rome, Georgia, to make life a little bit more beautiful.
That's right.
All right. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
So what are y'all's names?
I'm Tanya.
And I'm Annie.
Where are y'all from?
I'm from Cookeville, Tennessee.
I'm from Newberry, South Carolina.
And what brought you here today to the MrMaple Open
Maple
House?
trees.
Maples.
What are you guys picking up today? I know you had a bunch of stuff I was trying to help you find. Did you find anything that you're taking home with you today?
Yes, absolutely. The funny thing is, yet I don't have a maple tree.
Me either.
I got a ginkgo biloba,
And I have a Weeping Falls redbud.
and I have a pine, and I'm in search for a really red Japanese maple right now.
A Ruby Falls redbud, not a Weeping Falls. I've seen too much.
So, what kind of ignited your guys' passion for gardening and maple trees?
Well, she's my mom, and so the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and she has a wonderful green thumb.
Thank you. And my grandmother was a big gardener from Millen, Georgia, and grew a lot of camellias back in her day. Yeah.
So you guys have multi-generational gardening in your family. What are some of your favorite trees that you've seen here today or that you have in your garden?
What was that white one?
The carnival is
Carnival.
an amazing
It's probably my
tree.
favorite maple here today.
Yeah.
And I'm interested in walking out with the dragon tears.
Those are both awesome cultivars. Carnival really does provide such a unique color, shape, and variegation out in the landscape.
I like the carnival because you spot it from 100 yards. I mean, it just goes wow, and it stays narrow. So for a small lot, you get a tall tree, but it doesn't outgrow the space. So I like it.
Thank y'all so much for giving the interview.
Thank you for
Thank
all your
you.
help today.
Yeah.
No problem. I love helping with looking for trees and stuff. I think it's like, you get to play a little game whenever you come out here. You're pretty much playing I Spy sometimes. So
It
Yeah,
is. It's so many.
and
It's
there's so
overwhelming.
many, it's bewildering.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But it's so worth the trip because you can't really decide on the internet, what you want. So.
yeah, that's my problem is I love looking at all the trees, and I get stuff in my head where I'm like, I want that. But then I start walking through these greenhouses and you see so much stuff that you never even thought about before. But then sometimes you see that perfect tree, and like, that thing is going home.
The
with me
one
today.
speaks to you. Yeah.
Exactly.
The contorted pines are just amazing. They
I'm
really
going
are.
home with one of those today too.
I know, I love me some cedars and some pines.
Yeah.
Such a great texture in the landscape, and I love the smell of conifers too.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
You can't beat that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Maple.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good rest of the day.
Hey guys, so I'm out here again. We're cruising around these greenhouses. Everybody's out here having a great time picking out plants today. And I run into my new friend, Katie.
Hi.
We've got 3 lovely plants that you picked out. Let's talk about them a little bit.
Okay.
So you asked me for a Kamigata, and I don't think we could have found you a more prettier form and everything on this. What was it about this that made you want this?
It's the fullness of it. I'm very new at this whole thing. I kind of overindulged at the Memorial Day sale, and I'm back because I'm local, so it's like there's no shipping.
That's right.
The form, I'm trying to do more landscaping as opposed to like the solitary specimens.
Right.
And I'm looking for plants that are a different size
Sure.
that I can combine so that eventually I'll have something that's tall like this with something smaller around the base.
Absolutely.
I also picked up some really nice conifers, had some Cambicyperus hidden back there in the
Very
there were a
nice.
few oddballs that weren't on the website anymore.
Right.
So that there's winter interest, so that if you do a little bit of pruning with something like this, you get the winter shape, but then you also have the green around the base.
Absolutely.
And I have to just make sure that the deer don't know that I've got something green for them to eat.
Yeah.
So there's a little spraying that goes on there.
But yeah, the Kamigata has a great shape to it. I love that. And the texture too. The leaves provide an interesting texture. The way they kind of come out to a fine point, a little serration on the
Yeah.
edge. Absolutely a beautiful plant. And then you said this one here just kind of reached out and grabbed you.
It did,
We've got
physically.
this giant Sangokaku. This is one of XL 1 gallon here. This is a beautiful coral bark variety. And like you said, it adds some nice color out in the garden where normally you're going to just get mainly greens
Yeah.
and browns in the barks, but this gives you a nice red bark.
And you made the wonderful suggestion of this green bark Japanese maple that is going to be planted nearby, so that
Yeah.
I've got that combination. Because in a garden you want color, you want form, you want movement and excitement. And,
Absolutely.
And combining things like this is a way to do it. And
Yeah, I love talking about landscaping because a lot of times people, they get these plants, but then they get them home and they're like, okay, now what do I do with it, right? You got to get it out there and plant it, and that's such a great pairing. You have this beautiful red coral bark with this green, Aoyagi is the cultivar on that. Has a beautiful green bark on it with a really lime green leaf on that as well. Absolutely a complementary plant. I think it's going to look amazing in your landscape.
Someday when these are mature, I'm hoping somebody comes by here and drags you guys over to take a look at it.
Absolutely. Well, we can't thank you enough for coming out today. It's always so much fun to get to meet people out here. I love talking plants. So if you guys get a chance, and I think she'll vouch for me here, come out to these open houses. They're a lot of fun.
They are.
Thank you so much, Kate.